I spent 6 months failing at daily journaling. Every system I tried felt too complicated and time-consuming. So I asked myself, what's actually stopping me? Then I tore down my entire Notion setup and rebuilt it from the ground up. Now, I look forward to journaling every single day. Here were some of the problems I faced when I was trying to journal. Problem number 1, I don't know what to write. Whenever I attempt to journal, I find myself staring at a blank page. A lot can happen on any given day, and my thoughts just drown in chaos. It's so hard to figure out which part of my life I should write about. Problem number 2, it needs to be perfect. I would spend so much time rewriting every single entry because it doesn't sound dramatic or epic enough. I wanted my writing to sound like poetry or some sort of best-selling novel. Hey, listen, I'm the hero of this journey after all, and I'll be damned if my story is mundane and boring, okay? So anyway, after writing just one thing, I would be too tired to write the next entry. This creates anxiety because I just feel like it takes too long to get anything written down. Problem number 3, overthinking the logistics. Without a clear system, I would waste time overthinking about the technical aspects of journaling. Things like, where do I write? On paper, Notion, or other apps? And even if I use Notion, where exactly in Notion do I store all of this? Should I put every single topic into a page, or do I separate those topics on their own? What other details should I include besides just the points that I want to record? These questions would haunt me every time I journal and make me procrastinate even more. So after analyzing all the different things that were stopping me from journaling, I realized that Notion is still the best tool for me. I'm already using Notion as my one-stop hub for task management, content creation, and resize compilation after all. But there's a catch. I need to rip it apart and rebuild it from scratch. Why? Because the way it was structured was not scalable, and it's too messy to be fixed. So here are the changes that I applied as I rebuilt my journaling setup. First thing I did was to ensure that every journal entry is a card. In the past, I would have just written every single thing into one page, line by line, all in paragraphs. Now, each point or entry I write is on its own, just like a card or sticky note. This makes it easier to group, filter, and move these entries around whenever I want to do reflection and extract insights. Solution number 2, use prompts to get the ball rolling. Rather than staring at a blank page, my daily journal view has visual cues to make it easier for me to focus on what to write on. Journal entries are grouped in rows based on the 5 Fs: freedom, finance, fitness, family, and fun. I got inspiration for this concept from Sam Parr, one of the hosts of the My First Million podcast. Really awesome stuff, by the way, you should check it out. These represents the 5 topics of areas of my life, which you can adjust to fit your own preference. So remember Adam's golden rule of journaling. Never stare at a blank page. Ever. Number 3, make it easy to capture. To remove friction further, I made it easier to create new daily journal entries. So with just one click, Notion automatically captures my mood, topic, and date, all before I start writing the actual entry. Number 4, having the right mindset. No system is complete without mindset. Whenever I journal, I think about these things to get into the right mindset. And here's my list of bullet points. This is just for me, nobody else will read it. Screw grammar and spelling. Just let it flow. It's okay to repeat myself. Repetition equals patterns, and patterns equals valuable insights. It's normal to write gibberish. Clarity will come. And finally, always remember progress over perfection. So again, with these bullet points in mind, I get into the right flow state and the right mindset to start journaling. All right, this is what you've been waiting for. I'm going to open up Notion and show you my journaling setup in action from start to finish. Let's go. Okay, so this is my daily Notion setup. And imagine that I am going to journal and I found a specific block of time to do it every night. This is up to you. Some people like to capture things on the go. Other people would prefer to just find a specific block of time in their calendar. It doesn't take long. It can just be 5 to 10 minutes. And this way you can kickstart your new habit of journaling much easier, in my opinion. Because the problem with our lives is that it's unpredictable, right? So if you're able to schedule something, I find that's one of the best ways to get into this new routine. So anyway, imagine I'm right now at night, going to journal. I will start with going through the 5 Fs or the 5 areas of my life, right? So imagine I go through the first F, which is freedom right here. And I'll ask myself, is there anything related to freedom that I want to write down? And then from there,
if there's something that I do want to write down, I will then declare whether or not it went well or it didn't go well. So this is, again, to simplify, rather than saying what's the mood of that entry, is just going to simplify to just two things: thumbs up or thumbs down, right? So let's imagine in this case, in this example, I didn't manage to edit a YouTube video. So I'm going to write that down. Okay, now that I got that first journal entry out of the way, I'll continue down and go through the remaining F's. So for example, the next F on the list is finance. Once again, I asked the question, is there anything related to finance that I want to note down? So let's imagine that I do have something to say, and it's something that went well. So let's say, for example, I met a new team for the first time, can't wait to work with them. I'm going to write that down right here. So because of the way it's organized via columns, it's left and right, and it's green and red, right? So the visual cue will help me to get into the state of flow much faster. So, okay, let's say this is all that I have for finance. I'm going to move on to the next F. The next F is fitness. And if there's nothing related to a particular area or topic, just skip it. So moving on, let's say we go to family, and sometimes there might be more than one entry, and it could be both good and bad, right? So for example, I'm going to write what went well in family. Watch K-pop Demon Hunters with my entire family. It was awesome. And it is awesome. Go check it out. Not sponsored. And let's say there's something else that didn't go well. I'm going to write down here as well. Forgot to buy groceries for the day. And now my family's starving. Oh no, right? So this is an example of how you can just write down journal entries. And you'll notice that the language, the grammar, the spelling and stuff, it's not of concern of mine. I just let it flow. And then not everything has to be one sentence. It could be multiple sentences. It could be a paragraph. It could be whatever you need to jot down your thoughts. So the second part is, if you notice, this is only going to capture today's entry. So when I open this page, tomorrow is going to be completely blank, right? You start again because it's a daily journal exercise, right? Makes sense. Now you might be wondering, what happened to the old entries, right? So if we click on the journal card DB here, inside this database, there are all the different entries across different days, and you can see the dates listed here. Right now, there's no sorting or anything like that, no grouping. So it's just a raw entry being listed down. That's fine. It's just a place for us to dump all our thoughts, all our data, and then not even show it in our main view, which is the view that we saw in the second brain just now, which is the dashboard. So this helps us to clear any clutter, focus on what you need to write today. Now, the third thing is an optional thing. I would recommend for you to have templates with more prompts inside. So for example, right here, I have what made today feel like a win, what felt off today, right? So basically they're the same kind of entry cards, but there's a little message here. You can write a longer message. You can even put bullet points down here to help prompt you to start writing and get into that flow state a lot faster. But I don't have it here. I don't need it. Just a suggestion. And again, the concept here is all about not staring at a blank page. Do whatever is necessary to assist you in writing your thoughts out.
All right, after 30 days of testing, I found a few areas of improvement for this journaling system. Number one, there needs to be a way to review past entries. This part is crucial since I'll be doing retrospectives for my own self-improvement. The next thing is the need to show streaks. Let's face it, despite my best efforts, some days I do miss journaling. Yeah, it would be nice if I could see how many days in a row that I've journaled, sort of like a streak. This adds a gamification element, and I think it will help me to maintain this habit a little bit better. But anyway, I think it's a good start. Regardless, this Notion setup already provides a solid foundation to help you start a daily journaling habit. So if you want to build this Notion daily journal, check out this step-by-step tutorial right here.